the Parliamentary Assembly of the Union for the Mediterranean, a renewed banner, an enduring mission. The Mediterranean, a sea that has never divided peoples, but has rather united them around a shared history and a common destiny. From this very vision, the Barcelona Declaration was born in 1995, carrying an ambitious dream to establish a Euro-Mediterranean partnership rooted in peace and prosperity. Building upon this, the Union for the Mediterranean was launched at the Paris Summit in 2008. Meanwhile, the Parliamentary Assembly of the Union for the Mediterranean had already been established in 2004 as a unique institution, representing the parliamentary dimension of the Barcelona Declaration and subsequently the UFM, serving as a forum for dialogue and a bridge for understanding. It provides a framework that brings together representatives from 43 nations across both shores to work hand in hand for a more secure, stable, and prosperous future. What we have witnessed is profoundly tragic. The lesson we must learn from this agonizing experience of this horrific war is that we must build peace, security, development, economy, energy, migration, and climate change. Guided by these critical portfolios, the Parliamentary Assembly of the Union for the Mediterranean marches forward on a continuous journey. Year after year, leadership is passed between member states, yet the ultimate goal remains unchanged: to foster dialogue, deepen cooperation, and serve the peoples of the Mediterranean. During the current Bureau term, the European Parliament assumed the presidency, driving intensive efforts and dynamic activity across all levels of the Assembly. Following this, the Kingdom of Morocco took over the presidency to build upon what had been achieved, leading to regular high-level meetings and rigorous dialogues. A profound debate must be launched between the countries of the North and the South to address pressing issues and map out a new vision to revitalize this organization. With every meeting, the Assembly reaffirmed that parliaments can and should be part of the solution, and that dialogue remains the shortest path toward understanding. The Kingdom of Spain then assumed the presidency to sustain this momentum of collective action. Diplomatic efforts must secure a future where peace and security prevail. Everything His Majesty the King stated aligns perfectly with Egyptian policy and Egyptian objectives. Real leadership lies not in the waging of war, but in the capacity to bring it to an end. Then came a new milestone. The Arab Republic of Egypt assumed the presidency of the Parliamentary Assembly of the Union for the Mediterranean.
I am confident that under the Egyptian presidency, we will achieve security, stability, and development in the Mediterranean basin.
I officially announce that Egypt is the president of the Parliamentary Assembly of the Union for the Mediterranean.
It is a matter of great pride and honor for me to be among you to take over the Parliamentary Assembly of the Mediterranean.
Under Egypt's leadership, the Assembly set off with a clear vision and a roadmap defining the priorities of the upcoming phase, supporting peace and stability, advancing economic integration, empowering the youth, and enhancing women's participation. The core of the issue is not about Hamas or the October 7th events. The reality of the matter is the occupation itself. Subsequently, the Egyptian presidency organized the Economic Forum and the Summit of Speakers of Parliaments of the UFM in Cairo on November 28, 2025, commemorating the 30th anniversary of the Barcelona Declaration. No sustainable stability can be achieved without real economic growth, one that is genuinely felt by our peoples. Today, as we welcome the launch of the new path for the Mediterranean, we renew our promise. This path carries a clear ambition and provides a defined political framework for our partnerships. I would like to thank the Egyptian House of Representatives for this invitation to the Interparliamentary Union. It is our duty to resolutely and decisively support and encourage the peace process that began with the Sharm el-Sheikh summit. The Egyptian presidency also convened the Bureau meeting in Cairo, alongside the sessions of the standing committees. Barcelona is not merely a diplomatic agreement, It is a turning point and the launch of a bold vision for peace, development, and prosperity. Following this, Cairo hosted the third bureau meeting under the Egyptian presidency last April. The Egyptian presidency worked diligently to strengthen cooperation between the PAU-FM and various regional and international organizations. This was demonstrated through active participation in the high-level international conference on the peaceful settlement of the question of Palestine and the implementation of the two-state solution at the UN General Assembly in September 2025. In addition to the Interparliamentary Union meetings in Geneva in October 2025, the Sharm el-Sheikh summit has proven that the will for dialogue is far stronger than the sound of weapons. Later, during the Interparliamentary Union meetings in Istanbul in April 2026, and at the Parliamentary Summit of the Three Seas Initiative in Zagreb in March 2026, Egypt has exerted tireless efforts to achieve the ceasefire in Sharm el-Sheikh. Furthermore, the President of the Assembly participated in the first Summit of Speakers of the Parliamentary Assembly of the Mediterranean in Montenegro in May 2026. I am honored today to participate with you in this historic Summit of Speakers of Mediterranean Parliaments, which reflects the progress achieved by the Parliamentary Assembly of the Mediterranean. During the meeting of the Committee on Political Affairs, Security, and Human Rights held in Italy in June 2026, the time has come for us as parliamentarians to send a resounding call to the world. Where do you stand on these issues? In Marrakesh, during the Euro-Mediterranean and Gulf Parliamentary Economic Forum last October, the European Parliament has presented a new pact. The President of the Assembly met with Ms. Tulia Aksen, President of the Interparliamentary Union, in Istanbul in April 2026. He also held a meeting with Ms. Dubravka Šuica, European Commissioner for the Mediterranean, and he met with Ms. Natalia Gurman, Executive Director of the United Nations Counterterrorism Committee Executive Directorate. Today, as the Egyptian presidency draws to a close, the Parliamentary Assembly of the Union for the Mediterranean stands ready for a new chapter, as the banner of leadership passes to the European Parliament. The Parliamentary Assembly of the Union for the Mediterranean will forever remain a forum for dialogue, a bridge for understanding, and a voice reflecting the aspirations of the Mediterranean peoples toward a more peaceful, cooperative, and prosperous future.